Greetings, everyone. Is Motawase, and we are going to be sharing the authentic truth brought to us by Zulu Lassan, the only teacher. Before I begin, once again, I would like to thank Loba, the only true unique creator, to have allowed us, by the manifestation of his grace, to know the truth in this time, in this era, to know the manifestation of his verb in this time through Zulu Lassan, the only teacher. So today, the teaching we're going to be sharing is a video that Zulu Lassan made regarding the lie of Revelation 5, verse 8 to 9. Because Zulu Lassan made a teaching regarding that Jesus Christ is not black people's savior, because that Jesus Christ didn't exist, and even according to the current day Bible, he didn't came on earth to save black people or to save the other nation. According to the current day Bible, that Jesus came only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, of the tribe of Israel. So if he only came in for the house of Israel, that means he didn't came in for black people. But nevertheless, we know that that personage is invented. This is only to show to you that all these Christians, all these black people who are in churches who are praying to that Jesus, they have to realize that that Jesus didn't came in for them. So, and after Zulu Lassan revealed and made the teaching, some people came along and tried to bring verses to try to argument. And they brought the verse Revelation 5, verse 8 to 9. So these type of people have what we call a spirit of insufficiency. So a spirit of insufficiency, meaning they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the knowledge of the scriptures. So, and the scriptures and the text that they read, they don't even understand what they're reading because they are limited in their own mind and in their knowledge. So they try to argument with Revelation 5, verse 8 to 9. In Revelation 5, verse 8, in the New International Version, it says this: "And when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb." Period. So this is regarding that so-called lamb, that fake Jesus, that according to the current day Bible went and took the book that was on the hand of the one that was sitting on the throne. And the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. But we have previously demonstrated as well, we have shared the teaching of Zulu Lassan, that Jesus Christ has nothing to do with the Lamb, and he had no prior existence in the great order of things or in heaven, even according to the current day Bible. So that verse is already wrong. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of God's people. So first here he says they were holding golden bowls full of incense. What is incense? Incense, even according to the current day Bible, was something that was against the law. It was something that God didn't want, even according to the current day Bible. For that, we go in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 13. In the New International Version, says this: "And when he had Isaiah 1:13, he says this: Stop bringing me your meaningless gifts. The incense of your offering disgusts me. As for your celebration of the new moon and the Sabbath and your special days for fasting, they are all sinful and false. I want no more of your pious meetings." So, according to Isaiah 1:13, even in the current day Bibles, that God, that Lord, that Jehovah, or that Yahweh, that the so-called Christian worship, he didn't want incense. So why is it that in Revelation 5:8, He says that they were incense in the vision that John saw in Revelation 5:8. Each one had harp, and they were holding golden bowls. So golden bowls, so there are many bowls full of incense. So there's many of it. So what was that doing in there, in heaven, in that place, or in that reality? When in Isaiah 1:13, the incense was something sinful and false, that was wrong, that was against that, something meaningless, and something that discussed that God of the Bible. So that's how you see, even in the current day, still in the current day Bible, a lot of confusion, contradiction, and mistakes all over the place. We can also see that in Isaiah, in Isaiah 66 verse 3. Some people are going to take this verse to try to explain the incense part, because in Bible Parole de Vie, that's a French Bible, it says this. It says this: they burn incense for me, but at the same time they honor false god. So some people are going to take this verse and say that the incense itself is not wrong, and they'll try to explain that it's only because they were doing wrong deeds at the same time, and that's the reason why God didn't want incense. So that's how they'll try to mix and match and try to only take what suits them to try to explain the situation, the confusion in the current day Bible. But in other version of Isaiah 66:3, in New International Version, for example, it says this: but whoever sacrifices a bull is like the one who kills a person, and whoever offers a lamb is like the one who breaks a dog's neck. Whoever offers a lamb is like the one who breaks a dog's neck. Whoever makes a grain offering is like the one who presents pig's blood, and whoever burns memorial incense is like one who worships an idol. So in Isaiah 66:3, whoever burns memorial incense is like the one who worships an idol. So those incense in heaven, according to Revelation 5:8, were also forbidden according to Isaiah 1:13 and also Isaiah 66 verse 3. So already there's lies in Revelation 5 verse 8. There's already confusion. So in that confusion, some some fake pastors, some people who are trying to argument are already gonna take what is falsified, what is corrupt, what is full of mistakes, to try to explain the unexplainable, to try to explain the confusion and the mistakes, to try to explain the lies, to try to make themselves believe that they are in the truth, when in fact they are totally wrong. Now, in Revelation 5 verse 9, it says this, New International Version: and they sang a new song, saying, you are worthy to take the scroll and open its seal, because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased for God persons from every tribe and language and people and nation. You see, we're gonna dive into this verse, because for the people who are not connected, who are not in the truth, who don't understand the scriptures, they're going to think that everything in this verse is okay, that there's nothing wrong. But we are going to dive into it. Revelation, we're going to go in depth. Revelation 5:9. So in Revelation 5 verse 9, it says this: and they sang a new song, saying, You are worthy to take the scroll. You are worthy to take the scroll. So first, it's a new song. So it's something new that they were not singing before. You are worthy to take the scroll. You are worthy because according to the current day Bible, nobody else in heaven, so even the angels, were not worthy to take the scroll and open it. So aren't the angels also pure? Confusion already. Why? Aren't the angel powerful enough? It says you are worthy to take the scroll and open its seal because you were slain. And with your blood you purchased for God persons from every tribe and language and people and nation. So with your blood, first we have to understand, even according to the current day Bible, the flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven, cannot inherit paradise, cannot inherit heaven, cannot enter heaven. So how with the blood, that fake Jesus or that fake person that was slain, then purchase things for God? How can you purchase something for God? Doesn't everything belongs to God? What can you? That means if you purchase something for Him, that means he didn't have it, or he couldn't. It wasn't his, or somebody else had possession of it, or controlled it, or had the monopoly, or had the decision of what to do with it. You see? That doesn't hold up. Doesn't make sense. From every tribe and language and people and nation. So people are going to try to take this verse and try to say, okay, maybe that fake Jesus didn't came on earth to save black people, to save the other nation, but they were purchased for God. Here, every tribes, according to Revelation 5:9. Well, no, you're wrong. Because even according to Revelation 5:9, this still refers to, according to the current day Bible, Israel. Every tribe, language, and people and nation, those are still Israel. So this passage only concern Israel, all the tribes that are in all countries, all nations. For that, we are going to go in 1 Peter 1 verse 18. In the New International Version, it says this: "For you know that it was not with perishable things such as silver or gold that you were redeemed from the empty way of life handed down to you from your ancestors." So here, the people that were redeemed, those are the people from Israel. Those are the same people in Revelation 5:9. Those are the redeemed according to the current day Bible. Those are the ones that were purchased. For that, we go in 1 Peter 1:1. He says this: Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, according to the current day Bible, to the elect who are who are exiles of the dispersion throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, Bithynia, chosen. So you see here, the elect one, the exiled one, are still those from Israel that are exiled, that are in all other nations, in every tribe or every nation. Those are the ones that are redeemed. Those are the ones that are purchased according to Revelation 5:9. And we see that as well in Acts chapter 2 verse 5, New International Version. Now they were staying in Jerusalem, God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven. You see? From every nation under heaven. So according to the current day Bible, that Jesus came in only for those Jews, those fake Jews, those so-called Jews, and for nobody else. And here in Acts 2:5, those were the one. Now they were staying in Jerusalem, God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven, every nation. In the Good News translation, there were Jews living in Jerusalem, religious people who had come from every country in the world. So those are the nations, the tribes. Those are the people mentioned in Revelation 5, 8, and 9. You see, those are the people that were redeemed and purchased. In Isaiah 11 says this: In that day, the Lord will reach out. In that day, the Lord will reach out his hand and will reach out his hand a second time to reclaim the surviving remnant of his people from Assyria, from the lower Egypt, from upper Egypt, from Cush, from Elam, from Babylonia, from Hamath, and from the island of the Mediterranean. So according to the current day Bible, those were still the Israelites. Those were still those Jews, those so-called Jews. So when they've taken the story, the text, the events that happened in the original people, in the black continent, in Africa, in ancient Africa, when they falsified the text, the stories, they've changed it. They've changed the places of birth. They've changed the names. They've changed the colors. They've changed their origin. They changed the name of how they were called, the places, everything. They put instead Jehovah's, Yahweh, the Lord, and so on. And then they tried to put it in their language, put it themselves in the center of it, and then claim that no, it's only for themselves and not for the other race or not for black people. So where does it come from that all these black people are in churches are praying that fake Jesus when he didn't even came for him? Because he says, according to the current day Bible, it was only for the Israelites. For their fake Jews. For them, the fake Jews, black people are nothing. They consider the other races, the other nation as dogs. And it is written, outside dogs. So why is it that they then go in this religion that don't even want them, that don't even accept them, that don't even have a place for them in their scriptures according to the falsification that they've made? You see? So, you are not in the testament of the fake Jews. All of you Christian out there, all of you black people out there, in their text, in their mentality, in their comprehension, in the falsification they've made, in the doctrine they're wanting to push, you are not in it. So why are you going there? So that's how you see when Zulasan is making teaching to prove, when he's demonstrating that all these people who are worshiping the fake Jesus are in the lie, who are accepting these fake Bibles are in the lie, because these Bibles are full of contradiction, errors, mistakes. Those are the same people that are going to take the same Bibles to try to argument. But who are you to argument? You don't have the knowledge of the scriptures. The Bible that you accept is wrong. The God that you have accepted, that fake Jesus, doesn't exist. So your arguments already is without any substance. So you're taking fake Bibles to try to argument when we're demonstrating with those same Bibles, with those same texts that you're using, that it doesn't concern you, that it doesn't, according to the falsification that they've made, they didn't want to include black people in it. So, anybody that is against Zulu Lasson or is putting the thumbs down, that doesn't change anything. It's only your opinion. The faith that you have, if you are against the message brought to us by Zulu Lasson, is based on nothing. It's based on nothingness. It's based on nil. The only truth is Zulu Lasson. It's the only path and the life. All glory to Loba.